Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Omomi. Today I will be talking about um, how you can actually get a cover teacher job, a job as a cover teacher or a supply teacher. I promised I will do the video in my last video. So here is the video. You can actually get this role by applying to agencies. Yes, we also have educational agencies, just like we have in care. Yes, you can apply to agency. You can try by applying to agency first. You can actually gain experience with agencies while waiting to get a permanent role. Yes, while waiting to get a permanent job, you can apply to agencies, educational agencies. There are lots of them. You can actually Google. Yes, you can Google educational agencies in UK and it will bring you lots of agencies you can apply to. We have ones with large coverage, the one that is all over, that is everywhere in the UK. Those ones has large coverage. They have a lot of schools. They have a lot of schools that they have contacts with a lot of schools where you can be placed to. We call it placements. Yes, they call it educational placements where they can place you to. So you can start with agency while waiting to get, while still applying for a permanent role if you have your QTS. And I also know of someone that has worked, a colleague at work that has worked for several years, and um, he said he's not even ready to get a permanent role. He has been working with agency for several years, full time. He works Monday to Friday with agencies. So you can actually work with educational agency. Yes, you can apply to them. If you are a teacher back in your country, from Nigeria, from Ghana, if you are a teacher back in your country, apply to educational agency. There are lots of them. Try and Google. Yes, try and Google. There are lots of them. Yes, there are lots of them. So apply to these educational agencies. Yes, you can Google educational agency, for example, educational agency in Lincoln. You can Google them, and then you have a lot of this educational agency. You get their number from their website. You apply. You call them and apply to them. They are always ready to. They are, they are happy when you call them that you want to join their agency as a teacher. So if you're a teacher from Ghana, from Nigeria, from other countries, and you're already here in the UK and you want to go into teaching, I will advise you apply to these educational agencies first. Yes, apply to them first. You can even take you can work as part-time. With that you already have an with that starting with them you already have an experience. Yes, you have an experience working with with you in the UK system, in the UK school. When you go for, if you want to like progress in career of teaching, like I said in my last video, when you go for interview, or you get a job online and you apply, when they ask you, do you have experience? Yes, you will say yes, I have experience. I have worked in UK schools. Yes, they will be glad to hear you. Yes, they will be glad. In this place is all about experience. Yes, it's all about experience. What do you want to bring to the table? We are not some trains on the job. Yes, fine. But because I also started with an educational agency, and I've not which I have not taught in or worked in a UK school, and that is why that is where I gained my experience now. Yes, that is where I gained my experience. So start with one, gain your grounds, gain your experience, then you can register with others. Yes, you can register with other agencies. You can register with 3 or 4 agencies with different pay. Yes, but if you register with one, you get your experience, you move to another with higher pay. Yes, you move to another with higher pay. That is uh, how to register with agencies. Just go online, search for agencies in wherever city you are, London, Peterborough, Lincoln. Search for educational agencies. Then you have them. Call them and apply to them. They are ready to accept you. And what the requirements they will actually ask from you. Let me just talk about the requirements in this video. The requirement they will ask is for a DBS. You need a child DBS. If you have adult and child, they will not take that. They need a child DBS. So if you don't have one, you will have to apply for one. You can apply with the agencies. They will send you the link, though they will charge you, yes, and it varies from one agency to the other. It varies. They will charge you. Some they will take £56. Some they will take £43. It depends on the agency. So they will charge you, yes, they will charge you for this DBS, child DBS. So when your DBS is back in the post, then you update. After updating your DBS, when it's on the updated service, then you can use it with other agencies. It is for a year. After 1 year, then you have to update again with £13. It's for a year you have to update. Then after you have gotten your child DBS, if you have lived out of the UK in the last 5 years, you will need a police check. So you need to get a police check from your country, from whether you're from Nigeria. I talk about Nigeria so much because I am from Nigeria. So you will need to get a police check from your country. They will ask of that because you are working with children. You're working with vulnerable people. You're working with children. So you will need a police check from your country. They will ask of that. They will ask for your certificate. Some will ask for your certificate. You will show them. If you have teacher's license from your country, you will send it to them. Or if you when you are called for interview, some will do it. We do interview. Yes, I will talk about the questions they will ask in the next video. Some will call you for interview, a Zoom interview, on Microsoft Teams, or physical interview. Yes, some do physical interview. So you will be called for interview. You will be asked of these documents. Yes, you'll be asked of these documents. And on your first day of resumption, you will need to take that DBS to the school you are placed to. If you are not with your DBS, they will not allow you into the class. Yes, they will not allow you into the class. I have that experience on my first day of teaching. I didn't take my DBS. I don't know I'm supposed to take my DBS, the physical one that came back from the post to the school. I got to the school. I was not allowed into the class. So I called my agency. My agency sent it to them through a mail because the DBS your agency will receive it first before you receive it. So my agency sent it to them on the mail. I was allowed into my first class, but I noticed a teacher was there with me all through. I even thought probably he is a teaching assistant, or no, he is one of their teachers. So later, after my first class, I was called back to the school, to the administrative section, and I was told I will not be able to go into another class. And that is why a teacher had to stay with me, because I'm working with children. They don't know what is on my DBS. So I was not allowed to teach that day. I had to bring my DBS the second day physically, and they wrote the number down. They check on the system. So this is how things work here. They won't just allow you in because, okay, we need people, we want them to work. They will do thorough investigation. So you need your police check, you need your DBS, you need your certificate. If you have a license from your country, you can show that. But if you don't have a license, it is no problem. You will still be allowed to go into the class. You still be allowed to cover for the lesson, yes, because your role is you have to cover for the teacher that is not available, or if they don't have enough teacher, you are there to cover for the lesson. You are there to support. You are there to cover for the lesson. So that is how you can actually apply as a cover teacher. Then in my next video, I will explain some of the interview questions that will be asked. Some of the questions that will be asked in your interview with your agencies. Some agencies do interview. Yes, I did one. And some agencies do interview. They will interview. They will ask you questions. Yes, they will ask you questions whether you know what you are doing, what you are going to do, whether you have experience in teaching. Yes, they will ask you questions. So, and you have to answer the questions. And in my subsequent video, I will also tell you what happens in the class. There are some things you shouldn't do in a UK class. There are some things you shouldn't say. You know, we coming from Africa, we have our own behavior management. You don't come here and come and say some things. You don't come here and come and spank a child. No, that is not part of their safeguarding. You don't come here. If the classroom is not comfortable for you, if the children are not behaving well, you can just call on their teacher. You can call on the teacher to come and assist you. If you are a cover teacher, if you are not a permanent teacher, you can call on one of their teachers. You can to come and assist you. The principal can come to come and assist you in the class. Yes. So you don't say, okay, because this child is not doing things right, then you have the right to spank a child. No, they don't spank a child here. You don't. They have their own means, their own ways of managing their class. They have their own ways of curbing the student from misbehaving. So that is what those are the things I will explain in my subsequent videos, how you can manage your class. So in this video we've talked about behavioral management. Yes, so we talk about in my last video, I think the first video I did, I talked about behavior management. So in this video I've talked about how you can actually apply for a cover supervisor job. Call these agencies, apply with an agency, get the experience, and with this you can get a permanent job. Yes, you can get, even in one of the schools you are being placed to, they can actually uh, ask for you to be a permanent staff. Yes, they can ask for you to be a permanent staff when they see how you behave in class, your dressing, your punctuality. Like myself, I said it in my previous video that I get to the school. The school starts 8:30. I get to the school latest by 7:30. And one of their teachers told me one day, with this your attitude of punctuality, the school will soon employ you permanently. And I smiled. And I just smiled that, oh, in me, I will be glad. So the school will soon employ you permanently. That was what he said. So when you get your teaching job, go there very early. Don't be late. Don't be late. Don't let them start calling you and you tell them, please, I'm on my way. No, get there before the lesson starts. Go through the lessons. Dress well. Keep your class tidy. Yes, these are the things I will talk about in my subsequent videos. How you should do it. How you should behave in class. How you should keep your class. Everything. So when you do this, when they see that you are good for their school, they will employ you. I've known of someone that agencies was being placed to a school, and when his visa was about to expire, he was sponsored by that school because they've seen him that this is a good asset for our school. So apply to agencies. Yes, that is the main purpose of this video. Apply to them. Go on Google, apply to these educational agencies. Yes, there are lots of them. Apply to them. I will list some in my description. Apply to them. When you apply, call them. When you call them, they would send you the link for you to apply. Then you apply. They ask for documents. If you don't have a child DBS, get one with them. Get a police report. The process might be a bit difficult, but keep pushing. That is what I tell people. Keep pushing. When I applied with one of my agencies, I don't even have a child DBS because I worked as a carer, which I have just the adult DBS, and they said no, we need a child DBS. So I did a child DBS. I updated it. I did a police check. I did all the checks they needed me to do before I got this job. So keep pushing. Yes, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I'm saying it 3 times. Keep pushing. Even if you have a care job and you know you are a teacher, you have worked as a teacher, and you have the zeal to teach, apply to these agencies and you will get the job. Apply to these agencies. You can even work as a part-time. You might not work full-time like me. I work full-time Monday to Friday. You can work part-time. You can do 2 days in a week. You can do 3 days in a week, and you get your experience from that. So when you want to apply for permanent teaching, you will tell them, yes, I have an experience as a cover supervisor. They know you know what you are doing in the school system. So guys, this is the end of this video. This video is getting too long. Yes, this is the end of this video. I would like you to like this video, share, subscribe to my channel to get more educational videos on teaching in the UK. Thank you. Bye guys.